Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Mendte. You are about to meet one of the most powerful people in New Jersey. Melanie Willoughby is Executive Director of the NJ Business Action Center at the New Jersey Department of State and recipient of the NJBIZ Top 100 Most Powerful People in New Jersey. First of all, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
You were one, the thing that fascinates me about your profile and that I just read is that you were one of the first women to be accepted at Rutgers College.
Yes.
I was stunned that that was 1972. It's a reminder that it wasn't that long ago.
That's true. Rutgers College was late to the game. There were other single-sex institutions that came much earlier, but Rutgers, as a state university, did change the profile of Rutgers College, and women were accepted in 1972, and I was very fortunate to be part of that class.
So you were a trailblazer at Rutgers. Did you feel the pressure of that?
Absolutely. I felt a responsibility, as did all of my classmates, to basically prove that we belonged there, that we were not going to bring down the grade point average, and that we were quite capable of doing all of the math and the science and standing our ground.
You were talking about being a trailblazer and the pressure that was on you, which means that you felt you were held to a different standard, that you had to excel. It was being average wouldn't be good enough because you'd be judged on that. Is that still the case?
That is still the case because of the fact that we still are usually in the minority when it comes to being in the room. And whether you're in a corporation or you're in an association or you're working in Trenton as a lobbyist, which I did for many years, that you are in the minority.
So you were named one of the most powerful people in New Jersey, as we mentioned just a moment ago. And I imagine that's because of part of your work with the Murphy administration, with the New Jersey Business Action Group. What do you do with that group? What is your...
Well, I'm very proud of the work we do at the Business Action Center because we are an advocacy agency within the Murphy administration that helps small, medium, and large business navigate state government rules, regulations, and complex problems that a business may have when it comes to permitting, building a building, expanding a building, and just being able to perhaps navigate the Department of Treasury.
You were a lobbyist with NJBIA, the New Jersey Business and Industry Association, who has been they represent businesses across the state. They've been extremely critical of Governor Murphy. You left lobbying for them to come join Governor Murphy. And I know the mission is still the same. You want to help businesses in New Jersey, but how are you able to reconcile that?
Well, when you are a lobbyist for a business organization, you need to take a look at the big picture of how the legislation that is being proposed is going to impact your membership. And so you need to be a lot more strident, perhaps, than I would be as now working for the Murphy administration, where my job is not to lobby on the policy issues anymore. My job is to basically help businesses with the nuts and bolts, boots on the ground, with them in their communities about how they can grow and thrive. And so I'm not involved with the legislative side any longer. So that's how I can reconcile it, because every day I help businesses who have problems that I save them time and money.
And in there, there's a consistency, right? You tried to help businesses before, and now you're still trying to help businesses.
Well, I tried to help businesses with the big policy issues.
Right, I get it.
Right? And, you know, with passing laws or not passing laws. And now I am all about their everyday life. And so that actually is a very big importance to them, because that's how they live and breathe. You know, a law can come and go, and they'll see whether it applies to them or not. But every day I'm helping them if they get a letter from the Division of Taxation they don't understand, or they need a permit from the Department of Environmental Protection. These are really important daily issues that they have to address, that we're there to help them.
Yeah, I imagine that's why you've been named one of the most powerful people, because you can breathe life, you can help breathe life into businesses, you can help them sustain, you can help them grow. What do people come to you with? Like, what is the biggest problem that a small business has?
Well, first of all, I'm going to start with those who want to start a business. So, and there are a lot of them in New Jersey, and we help individuals who want to start a business. So let's say someone comes to us with an idea and we say, you know, I'm not sure that you're going to be able to fully capitalize on that idea in New Jersey. So let's look at other things you could do. And then if it's an idea, though, that we think that has possibility, then we're going to help them with guiding them through a business plan, a marketing plan, a social media plan, and helping with them with funding. So the business plan will drive how much funding you're going to need, and they're going to have to decide whether or not they're going to be able to do it.
I know that Governor Murphy had complained once before that there wasn't enough venture capital money coming into the state, and that was hurting the incubator of businesses,
the innovative companies,
maybe the next step after incubator.
Right.
Is that happening now?
Yes, the governor has been very active with working with venture capital funds to try to help with the innovative side of the equation, where you want to nurture the research and new patents and help those companies grow. You know, in the bio, in the high tech, that's the focus. We will help those companies now get registered and with all the things I just mentioned. But we work with some really basic, like someone wants a food truck. Someone wants to be a consultant.
Well, a lot of these food trucks have grown into pretty big businesses, especially in New Jersey.
But I will tell you that the biggest phone call we get for how to start a business is for a food truck.
Is that right?
That is right. It's a food truck.
But we've had people in here sitting right where you are that started with a food truck and are now national.
And that's exactly right. You have to start somewhere. And so we also then, once they decide to move from the food truck, we will then help them with the next step, perhaps finding a location, finding people, and making a connection with the Department of Labor for perhaps workforce development grants.
Let's bring this full circle. From the beginning of the conversation to the end, you're dealing with businesses at the ground level, helping those businesses. Are there enough women?
In my office?
No, I mean in your office. I mean starting these businesses, ones that could go on to.
Yes, that's a big growth area. Absolutely. Women and minority-owned businesses. And there are some set-asides in some counties that we're able to offer to them, but they all must register with the state so that they are able to be identified for any benefits that might come.
Because I ask you that because you started off by saying we don't have enough people in the top positions. That's where the CEOs start. That's they build a company and then
exactly
the CEOs. So the future's bright.
I'm hopeful.
Thank you so much. I
really
appreciate
so much.
your time. Melanie Willoughby, Executive Director of NJ Business Action Center at the New Jersey Department of State and recipient of the New Jersey Biz Top 100 Most Powerful People in New Jersey. When we come back, a fascinating story about trying to preserve the Bergen Arches, an architectural masterpiece. That's when we come right back.